Week 15 is over. We'll move on to week 16 after we recap Tuesday night right now on Fantasy Football Today in 5. Adam and Dave here with FFT in 5. Let's talk about these two games. Where do you want to start? East Coast or West Coast?
Let's start with the West Coast.
All
and
right.
We'll work our way back east.
Represent.
I'm a little bitter about what happened in the Philly game.
Bitter? All right.
Lost one of my fantasy playoffs by 2 points.
It wasn't the one against me, was it?
No, that one I was victorious, sir.
Oh, damn it. I haven't checked yet. All right.
Sorry to spoil it for you, but you lost.
20-10 Rams over the Seahawks here. DK Metcalf gets 12 targets.
Oh, wait a minute. You won. Unbelievable.
Yes.
I swear to God. Yes. I was just double checking.
Jalen Hurts for the win.
You beat me in that one, too.
All right, let's go.
I thought I got you, and I double checked it just now.
What a moment!
What a moment! You won by 5.5.
Let's go. Okay, so
bastard.
What do you think about the Seahawks offense here, specifically Rashad Penny, who left with an injury, had a bad game, but DJ Dallas also got a touchdown, stole a touchdown from him. He came back, Penny, and Metcalf, who got a lot of Jalen Ramsey in 6 catches, 52 yards on 12 targets.
Russ had a terrible game. He really took a huge step back. And yeah, I said all week and leading up to this game, even as recently as Tuesday, the guy that he connected with the most was Tyler Lockett, and he wasn't on the field. And you were just kind of hoping that he would get it together with DK Metcalf, and he couldn't do it. There was one play specifically where it was a deep ball target. He underthrew him. It was a really ugly throw by Russ, one of several ugly throws by Russ. And you just look at the box score. You can see for yourself 12 targets for DK Metcalf, only 6 catches, only 52 yards. It's just something not clicking between the two of them. And Russ really just wasn't clicking in general, despite the fact that pretty much everybody else he threw to had a good game, save for D. Eskridge, and he had a couple of deep targets. So I can't feel great about Russ unless Lockett is back, and I can't feel great about DK Metcalf no matter who's back for Seattle, even against Chicago.
But I mean,
in a few short days.
Can we use the Ramsey excuse and just say, hey, it was Ramsey?
Okay, what are you going to use for the other 3 games that DK's been absolutely horrid in?
It's more than that, unfortunately. All right, so then how about Rashad Penny? Do you trust him? Look, I knew this was a tough matchup, and I knew they were going to get crushed in time of possession, and it was a 10-minute difference there. But if you had combined him and DJ Dallas, you get a pretty good game. So I'm more optimistic going into the Chicago matchup.
You can be a little bit more optimistic, but it still wasn't a great game for Penny. And I would expect them to go back in the way toward a committee for that matchup against Chicago, especially since it's on a shorter week for them.
Is Sony Michel a must start and Darrell Henderson a handcuff?
That's the way I would view it. And that's kind of the way I was leaning for this game. And Michel also did not get off to a good start for the Rams, but he busted a couple of runs really from the second quarter on. And he finished with a pretty decent game. Nobody should be too upset with him, but he's a number 2 running back. Don't get it twisted. You can't look at him and say must start top 10 type of guy.
Well, he had 18 carries. Henderson had 6. Michel also had 2 catches and went over 100 total yards. All right, so why are you so bitter about Philadelphia and Washington?
Just because I was up against Jalen Hurts in a couple of leagues and he totaled 3 touchdowns. And, he gets off to this terrible start where there's a super fluky interception and then he fumbles the ball. And I'm thinking to myself, all right, my teams are going to be just fine. And then I go and I one game I lose by 2 points. Another one, I literally saw it when I was on the air with you. I lost by 5. Happy for you. Really pissed off for me. A microcosm of my week. I don't think I won in even half of my leagues this week. It was just so crazy. Gonna be tough for me to finish with multiple championships this year. I know everybody's really feeling bad for me. Boo-hoo for little old Dave, but hey, at least you won, Adam. Congratulations.
I needed it. I had a lot of Brady this week. Jalen Hurts, I'm going to tell you, it was the best game I've ever seen him play. He was phenomenal. And Philadelphia's offensive line completely destroyed Washington's defensive line, which was pretty much healthy, but maybe just didn't have a lot of practice time. I don't know what it was. This was a total mismatch. And if the Eagles' offensive line plays this well, they can do basically whatever they want, on the ground at least, to whichever team they want. And Miles Sanders, Dave, he is the first Eagles running back with back-to-back 100-yard rushing games since 2014. LaShawn
It's
McCoy.
crazy.
Are you feeling good about Miles Sanders right now?
I think you should. And you'll see in the box score that he and Jordan Howard were close in terms of touches. I think Howard had a lot of touches in the second half, and certainly several on their very final series where they're just killing the clock. So I wouldn't be too worried about that. I think Sanders is their 1A for sure. And there might even be a couple of games this year where he's their 1. Now let's get him into the end zone. He still doesn't have a touchdown this season.
He almost did. Came
Almost.
short, and then it was
I wish he had, because then that would have been 6 fewer points for Jalen Hurts, and I would have won a couple of leagues.
That might have been the field goal drive, actually. I don't remember. But all right, anyway, Eagles with the win. They
did have a carry on the field goal drive. Yet another series where it took points away from Hurts, and I was feeling good about things.
You started Russell Wilson.
Wicked.
You must have had a huge lead going into this game.
We had a pretty big lead.
You started Wilson, and I started Devontae Smith and Jalen Hurts, and I won by 5. All right.
You only needed Hurts.
I hope everybody's as happy as I am right now. We have tough calls on the Week 16 tough calls on the Wednesday FFT episode. We will see you there. For Dave, I am Adam. Have a great night and morning, everybody.
I'm going to go cry. Tears flowing.
See ya.